ain't even laughing good, bro. Good luck.
Up top. Hey, DeAndre.
DeAndre, he probably on the whatchamacallit.
Shit.
Probably on them Cardinals.
Yeah. I'm gonna use them next year. Nah, I just like me up top, man. Thought we was gonna get AJ Green on the Skins, but guess not.
Trying to figure out what's that you tossing around in the air.
Oh, you know me.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
Nah. It's all good.
And we are underway from
all I can do is hear y'all.
Houston. Fielded about a yard deep.
I don't know. He's still on the GTA.
He'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on second and 8. Prescott.
House call. First pass to attempt.
And he's got some space here.
House call.
Oh, God. It's a touchdown.
Screen this one. I bet.
And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
I see.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 29, Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hey, JJ.
The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. He's going to look deep down the field.
Oh, good
The
D.
two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here comes Carter.
Woo!
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
No.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Check 50, check 50. 36, 36. Sign him up. Sign him up.
First carry for Carlos Hyde.
Making excuses.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Jalen, nervous.
Get the ball.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Watson.
Who's got D-Hop?
Catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson. This is Miller. Complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Oh!
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half. Some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Looking to throw. Prescott in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
And plays play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Prescott now. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems. And this qualifies as a big problem.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line. Mike. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. 24's down. He's coming. Here, boy. Check.
Back to the ground. This time it's high. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 50, it's Watson. And this one's incomplete. Kenny Stills the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left. This is caught at the 20. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 17, Watson. Open man, the tight end fails. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now it's Miller, and he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Texans push further out in front. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. make this a 16-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now Prescott got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Push him back.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Going to throw deep. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup. 29 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Kai Forbath on for the extra point. It's good, and that cuts it to 9 at 16-7.
I'm still right here.
Forbath is sent it away now following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
53 to Mike. 53. 31.
From the gun, here's Watson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. It's caught inside the 25. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Watson now to throw. Looking for the end zone. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Fairbairn missed it. He pulled it left, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On 2nd and 7, Watson going deep for Hopkins. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw is Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. J.J. Watt bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. We have not seen much on offense from either side these last few drives. It has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Setting up the screen for Miller. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And look at this. It's a fake. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here, they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now on 2nd and 13. Watson. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try to throw now. Prescott.
Come on, AP. Stop trying me over there.
He's intercepted. Picked up on the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Check three, check three. Line up. Spot. No. Switch.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Mike's back for him.
Operating from the gun, Watson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Houston. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Prescott to throw it. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
Okay, the highlights are going to show the guy throwing it, the guy catching it, and ended up in the end zone. And how about those big guys up front that allowed that to happen? He had a ton of time to throw the ball.
He did. There's 2 sides to that coin, though. The O-line was great. D-line not very good.
And as well as coverage, because now you're really stuck in that spot. That much time to throw the ball, someone usually comes free.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown.
How many minutes y'all playing?
This is fielded at the goal line. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Respectful.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
They hyped over there.
Marcus Lawrence in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
Release the hounds.
Following the sack, it's now
Release the
3rd and 1
hounds
for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Then he'll take this back down inside the 20. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, with the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They go to Elliott again. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads.
No fucking way, yeah. I knew it.
Touchdown.
Oh, no.
3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers. What does that mean?
That signifies the 4th quarter's here.
And I knew that fucking sprint was
both
coming.
teams
I
are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter. What we found out so far, 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now they'll have the opportunity to respond. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we just got off. All right, we play with it.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson.
Good
It's
throw.
complete to Fuller. They'll cross over bounds right at the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The sack by Robert Quinn.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The pressure gets to him again. The sack by Michael Bennett, the native of tiny Independence, Louisiana.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is... First and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
First down or a touchdown?
He on the 1 yard line. It should have been a touchdown. He just lost like 6 of them niggas. Look like Randy on Turkey Day. Oh my goodness. All 7 of them niggas is right there.
They come out here in the eye. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Texans have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They'll try and run it in with Miller. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
One stop, fellas. Zeke can't win the game for him.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the left.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance.
Oh my God.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 75 yards, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Format to send it away now following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The fact that he even handed the ball off at a minute and 42 seconds was crazy, and they let him get a touchdown.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time.
And, oh, Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 36 yards on the play.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Elliott. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Game's over. He gave you a 75-yard, 3-catch touchdown to win the game.
On first down, Elliott. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I just escaped.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.